Hi, so we just want to say a real quick thank you. Last week's video was our highest viewed video by a long shot, which is so amazing. We're very grateful for that. We actually gained a lot of new subscribers as well. So if you guys haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Please. We would really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy this recap.
Yes. Hey guys, it's Viv
and G.
Welcome to our channel. We just finished watching episode 10 of The Bachelor with Peter and the women tell all.
So this episode starts out with a rose ceremony for the final three women, Hannah Ann, Madison, and Victoria F. So we see Victoria F and Hannah Ann standing at the rose ceremony, kind of asking, where's Madison? What's going on? And then we cut to Peter and Chris Harrison talking, and Peter is clearly very upset about the whole situation with Madison.
So emotional.
And he sees that she's not here yet, and he's very concerned what's going on. Thankfully for Peter, Madison does show up, and in this rose ceremony, his first rose goes to Hannah Ann, and his second rose goes to Madison. And as soon as he said her name, she kind of stood there for a second, then walked up to him, and when he said, "Will you accept this rose?" she was very hesitant in that moment.
Yeah, she took her time to answer.
Mm-hmm. And then he even said, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yes." So sadly, we said bye to Victoria F tonight. This was definitely the most emotional goodbye that Peter has had so far.
Oh yes, definitely. Peter was really breaking down the whole time. I mean, he was super emotional.
So now we start off with the women tell all. And in all honesty, there wasn't really that much drama.
No, I feel like tonight the girls were really catty. Chris Harrison let them argue and let them have it. Yeah. And it got to be really chaotic as the viewer. I felt like you couldn't hear what anyone was saying. There were a couple talking points. I mean, the whole champagne thing with Kelsey, Sydney and Tammy and McKenna and all the drama. But
right. It just wasn't very entertaining, I guess.
Right, I would agree. So the first one of the hot seat was Kelsey. And Kelsey she got eliminated last week. She was in the top 4. She got eliminated after hometowns. Yeah. And she gets up there and Chris basically asks her how she's doing. Does she miss Peter? And she said yes. I loved Kelsey's sit down because she just really talked about how grateful she was for Peter and kind of helping her realize like what she wants out of a guy in her next relationship. And I just thought that was just really sweet. I don't know. It was just really nice. Like she clearly had genuine feelings for him. Mm-hmm. Then Chris Harrison brings up the whole champagne gate. Mm-hmm.
It was so funny. Then we got a special guest, one of our favorite girls, Ashley I, Queen of Emotions.
Yes.
And she comes out with this huge champagne bottle for Kelsey, and she thanks her, for being emotional on this season and showing that emotions are okay. Because if you guys remember, or if you had watched past seasons that Ashley I was on, she was that girl, She had the emotions and she was not afraid to show them.
And I loved that Ashley I said something along the lines of like standing up to emotional bullies, because there were some other girls that just, why they cared so much to vocalize like how emotional Kelsey was is beyond me.
Or twist it into something it wasn't.
Right, and it's just not okay.
No.
Like, some of us are just more emotional than others. If it's not affecting you directly, just stand clear. Like, there's no need.
Right.
And now we have Victoria F in the hot seat.
And you guys know I have a soft spot for Victoria F. And we just saw her go home, this episode. So Victoria F gets to the hot seat with Chris, and she has a lot of regret, actually.
Yeah.
She's very thankful for her relationship with Peter, but she really just wishes she handled things differently. Watching it back, she said she just wishes that she let him love her the way that he wanted to, and just kind of let those walls down, and wishes the relationship went a little bit differently. And she said, she was like, I really was so in love with that guy. And that like breaks my heart that she thinks that things could have gone a different way. And they possibly could have, who knows? But to have that regret, it really stinks.
I think in the positive light, she definitely grew from this experience to see how much she self-sabotaged the relationship and not seeing how much Peter cared for her. So I hope she does find love in the future, knowing and learning and growing from this experience.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but it's kind of been all over social medias and different news outlets that if you guys remember the whole drama with Peter's ex-girlfriend and Victoria F., she was saying that she has broken up marriages. And Chris Harrison asked about that drama and said, have you broken up marriages? And she was like, no, absolutely not. Like, I don't know why she was twisting things or whatever it may be, but she shut that down real quick. And Chris Harrison didn't really push on that topic, so it kind of made it seem like it was true. I don't know.
I feel like Victoria F. felt like this girl just hated her and just wanted to start like a bad rap for Victoria.
She was like, I don't know why that was happening. And now that's on my name, and that's not okay. One part of the night that was kind of cute but kind of pointless, we see Peter, his mom and dad, and Chris Harrison kind of crash some viewing parties of The Bachelor. Don't really see the point of that, but I guess it was a cute little...
I don't know. I also think in past seasons they did this at the beginning of the season, maybe. Not at the finale. I don't know. I thought it was odd placement.
I don't know. I mean, cute.
Hey, I would love for any future Bachelor, Bachelorette to crash our, get together for The Bachelor.
Oh, seriously? They can crash our videos.
Yes!
Come on.
And now the man of the hour, Peter, comes out and sits down with Chris Harrison. First, he thanks all the girls for all of their relationships, and which I thought was really nice.
It was. Then we see Kelsey talk to Peter, thank him so much for the relationship and how much she has grown from it, and how she'll take what she learned from their relationship into her next one.
So then we have Victoria F. sit in the hot seat with Peter. And just like Kelsey, she thanks him for putting up with her, for loving her, for as long as he did. And it was just a really sweet moment.
Clearly, these girls have a lot of respect for Peter. He is definitely someone that loves hard, and I can't wait to see who he picks and how this season is going to end. It's so crazy. The last segment on this show tonight was with Rachel Lindsay, the past Bachelorette. And she comes on to talk about something very serious, which is bullying and cyberbullying. And a lot of these girls, these contestants, are on social media, and everyone, even us right here, we have opinions about them. And sometimes they can definitely go way too far. And Rachel was like, you guys sometimes don't see it, so I am going to read you comments and messages that these girls have received. And in all honesty, they were brutal. It was awful to hear. I almost got pretty emotional. The girls were crying, hearing these things that were said about themselves or about other castmates. And clearly I don't know.
It's just disturbing.
Really
I think people that are typing these comments forget
they're real people.
That they're real people that they're talking to. And would they ever want to receive messages like that?
Or have their family, if their family member was on the show,
right.
You would never want that for anyone.
And you never know where someone is mentally and their mental health. And so imagine someone who is weak or feeling very vulnerable reading all these messages. I don't even want to think.
Right.
It's just, it's awful.
Right. And I'm very happy that Bachelor Nation talked about this, because I think they've kind of slightly touched on this in the past, but the way Rachel presented it tonight was very well done. And I really hope that it hit people and people realized what their words that they're typing mean, and that they're actually going to real people.
Yeah. And then we get a preview of next week, the finale. And it just looks like it's going to be really dramatic.
Yep. Final two girls, Hannah Ann and Madison. Obviously, that infamous scene where Peter's mom, that we've seen over and over, saying, "Bring her home to us." We saw that again.
Yeah.
So next week, I guess it's the 2-night finale. So we're going to finally see that scene come to fruition,
Right.
and what that is all about. Please comment down below if you think that he's going to pick Madison or Hannah Ann.
Yes.
I personally think it's going to be Madison. What do you think?
I think he ends up with Madison as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
We'll see.
Yeah, I hope everyone's happy in the end.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Please make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, and hit that bell notification so you guys can see every time that we upload a new video.
Yes, and we will see you guys for the finale.
Bye!